Remember, my sister, thus you are, and thus you shall return.
Father Dalton Downs administers ashes every Ash Wednesday as a symbol of life's eternal cycle.
Remember, my sister, thus you are.
He feels his own mortality with every beat of his heart, a constant and inescapable reminder of his second chance at life.
Look how far God has brought us.
At the age of 58, Father Downs, canon of St. Timothy's Episcopal Church in Southeast, learned he had a heart defect that should have killed him before he turned 30. They learned the main arteries of his heart were transposed or simply on the wrong sides. One option, take medicine to live maybe a few months.
I said, so what's the other option? He said, the other option is you become a candidate for a transplant. And I said, what does that entail? And they explained, and they said the waiting period will be anything from 2 to 4 years.
So in his hour of need, he turned to his faithful for support, for prayer.
And got in the pulpit and told them of my situation, and that technically I was dying.
In the congregation that morning, a friend and parishioner, Dawn Alexander, heard Reverend Downs' words. She took them to heart in a way no one ever imagined.
One of the first person to come out was Dawn, and she was crying. And she said, I know how you feel, I can feel your pain, and if I had 2 hearts, I would give you one right now.
When she told me about it, she was just saying, Mom, there's nothing we can do. I said, no. I said, he needs a new heart. And I said, there isn't anything that you can do.
Dawn's mother, Barbara Littman, says that's when Dawn began talking about organ donation with her family, her husband, Philip Alexander, and her then 9-year-old daughter, Shay. About a year later, a tragic turn of events would create a life-saving opportunity.
I got the story from her husband that that morning, she had suffered a seizure. They had done some emergency surgery, but it was an aneurysm of the brains, and they did not believe that she would live.
We told them that we wanted him to have her heart, and it just seemed like it was just the natural thing to do for her. And as it turned out, it was a miracle.
Hours later, Father Downs' cardiologist at Georgetown gave him news that was bittersweet.
Said, it's the first time in the transplant movement that someone who is not relative to an individual left them a heart, and it matches.
Despite incredible odds, Father Downs is Central American, Dawn African American. During a midnight surgery at Georgetown Hospital, Father Downs' heart was replaced with Dawn's. A few weeks later, he went back to church.
And I saw what life was all about. I saw Father Downs walking, taking his time. I was like, my wife did good. She did very good.
We need to take care of this body, but when the time comes, we need also to dispose of it in a way that's with dignity and if possible, those of us who so desire to share life with others by being donors. How are you, love? Get it together? You sure? How's school? All right.
After Father Downs' transplant, Shay would ask to hear her mother's heart beating. To this day, their bond is one that truly comes from the heart.
I hope, God's willing, that I will always have a good relationship to the family and to Shay eventually, that she will understand the gift that her mother gave me, but how precious she is to both of us.